My name is Erik Taylor. I'm Jordan's cousin. This is my father, Scott Taylor, Jordan's uncle. He's going to help me out if I can't get through this. I'm very honored to be here speaking to everyone today. As an only child, Jordan was really the closest thing I had to a brother growing up. And being 2 years older, he was also a role model and someone I very much looked up to. Our birthdays are only a week apart, and joint birthday parties with the family were some of the absolute best memories of my childhood. Jordan and his sister Sarah lived in this big, roomy house that was perfect for two young boys to run around in and have fun. And we used to always travel together to family reunions every summer with our extended family. And at these family reunions, it would never take long before Jordan would come up with an idea for all of us cousins to ditch the parents and go on an adventure. Perhaps not always parentally approved adventures, but always fun. As teenagers at a family wedding one time, Jordan convinced me to sneak out of our hotel, literally walking right past our parents in the casino to go explore the stunning city of Reno, Nevada. And to this day, I've never felt anything as exhilarating as that escape that we pulled off. Jordan was always our fearless leader, and I was happy to follow. Back when we were little, we went through a lot of the things that I'm sure any cousins can relate to, namely Aunt Helen having to remind Jordan to share his toys with me when I visited and give me a turn on the Nintendo 64. But he matured quickly, and that reluctance to share melted away. Our relationship evolved into a friendly, competitive rivalry. Although rivalry might be too generous because Jordan was better than me at everything. Every sport we played, and then once we got a little older, weightlifting, talking to girls, and even the nerdy stuff like video games, which just didn't seem fair. Jordan always had the coolest toys and the most amazing big sister in the world, so I'll admit I was a little jealous at times. But under that thin layer of jealousy was just pure admiration. I aspired to be like him in so many ways. I distinctly remember one time I was playing basketball really poorly at recess, and some kids were making fun of me. And my first thought was, if my cousin Jordan was here, he would whoop all of you 5-on-1, and you wouldn't be laughing anymore. He didn't even need to be there that day to lift my spirits. Then another time, when I was on a real basketball team in junior high, Jordan came to watch me play. I happened to play the best game of my life, and his nod of approval from the sideline meant everything to me. As we grew older, Jordan's talent seemed to be greater than what could fit in one person. He took up speed skating, surfing, golf, and then cycling, and it was obvious that a normal 9-to-5 desk job life just wasn't for him. It felt like his potential was bursting at the seams, pushing him forward to the point that he was always looking ahead and not quite satisfied sitting still. It was like he had something to prove to the world, and he wouldn't be truly happy until he proved it. I saw that start to shift when Jordan met Kelsey and when he embarked on his career of public service. He was still super driven, but he seemed so much more centered. It was so clear in the way he carried himself and spoke. Kelsey was the person he was meant to be with, and protecting people was what he was meant to do. That shift solidified even more when he married Kelsey, became a police officer, and most of all when he became a father. He seemed to slow down and have so much more appreciation for the present, and it was so wonderful to see him reach the peace and contentment that he deserved. The last time I saw Jordan, we were with our family, and it was the happiest I've ever seen him. The way his eyes lit up when he looked at Kelsey or watched Makai and Lenny run around the dinner tables spoke volumes. His family was his whole world. That gathering was also the first time I got to meet Sarah's son, Cole, and seeing Jordan and Sarah get to experience the joys and challenges of parenthood side by side was beautiful. And watching over them all, beaming with joy at her children and grandchildren, was my Aunt Helen. As I grieve for Jordan, that will always be the memory I look back to for comfort. Of all the many things Jordan was so great at, Being a loving and devoted husband, father, brother, and son was where he excelled the most. And of all the many reasons I aspired to be like Jordan when I was a kid, that is why I will aspire to be like him for the rest of my life. Thank you.